Wait, what? There are 3 episodes of Murder Drones. I'm sorry, what? What up, guys? Otterpop here. I said a long time ago, because, I'm trying to tone down reactions on my channel for reasons, but I told people that the only way I would continue Murder Drones is if a patron requested that reaction. And they did. And because this is something that I know I analyzed the heck out of the design, the sound, the story, the characters, the world, it only made sense that I would continue to publish this on YouTube and not just keep it strictly on Patreon. So, that is exactly what I will be doing. I will be publishing this reaction / commentary / analysis on YouTube. If you're wanting a reaction, just somebody sit silent watching this, you have come to the wrong place. I am a writer. I have commentated on and analyzed the heck out of the pilot alone, and I will continue to do so. Expect lots of pauses from me on this, alright? And to the patron who did request this, I really hope that you enjoy this reaction, and I hope that you're excited, as I am, to see this, because this was actually one of the few things that I reacted to in the past that I was really intrigued by. I was intrigued by, again, the characters, the design of everything, the story that was being built by Glitch. So, okay, I guess there's 3 episodes, but I'm only slated to be watching episode 2 right now. Tis what it is. And episode 2 is called Heartbeat. Alright, here we go. Man, I haven't seen a lot of these characters of this world in a really long time. It's Uzi and...
To curb her trips to the dump. And where's she getting the hair to play dress up with them? Creepy.
What is this? Is this like some weird dream sequence? That looks like... was his name L? I think it is. Because it was J and V were the other ones, right?
Oh, it's so okay. Sorry. I wasn't looking.
L and Uzi? Oh, no.
Hi, Tessa. Oh no. Another one?
What the heck is happening? No, it's not it. Wait. What is going on? You okay? You okay, my man?
Found something in here.
Oh, or no, N. I'm sorry, not L. N. My bad. Whoa. Well, that's concerning.
That's weird and concerning. Bite me! This is probably you weirdo's fault! I've never seen that symbol before. Wanna do an autopsy to find out?
What'd you find?
Did you know that was a pilot hack?
I was the pilot? That's awesome! I crashed and ruined everything. Spaceship pilot. Origin story. Speaking of piloting to Earth, we sure murder all humans is, morality?
The humans sent you without a communication relay and reformatted your memories to soup. Covering their tracks means they're past negotiating. Not like they tried negotiating with my mom.
Or we missed the
What?
negotiations! The humans programmed us to solve a problem. Where's proof of your backstory? The one where your kind's so conveniently innocent.
Okay. I feel like there's a lot of information being thrown at me. And I also have not seen the pilot episode in quite some time. So if I'm generally remembering events, I guess you could say, Uzi was rebellious. She eventually went outside, discovered N, and kind of blew him up, but it kind of made him go a little bit wonky and not realize that she was a worker drone. And then he eventually found out, especially after his cohorts, which were J and V. V was like a psychotic murder drone that N liked. And Uzi went back to her home, but then N followed her, and her home was broken into. And then a crazy battle ensued. And that's just the general stuff. There are more specific things that I do remember, more specific things that I don't exactly remember. There are actually a couple of things as well that some people pointed out to me in the comments, so don't worry. Everybody who commented on my previous reaction to the pilot of Murder Drones, I've read every single one of your guys' comments, so I have a better understanding of kind of what's going on. And some of my analyses were also a little bit clarified or corrected. So don't worry, I paid attention to a lot of that as well. So if I am remembering correctly, at the very end of it, Uzi basically declared, because, you know, the murder drones were essentially, like she said, sent without a communications relay, a way to get back to Earth, basically implying that the humans sent the murder drones with the intent of neither the murder drones nor the worker drones ever returning to Earth. It's backed up by the fact that the systems of the murder drones requires that they consume oil from the worker drones to survive, and they also can't be out in the sunlight. So it's pretty obvious the humans didn't really care for the worker drones, and they don't care for the murder drones either. They just wanted to get rid of all the robots, and I guess the assumption was that once all the worker drones were dead, all the murder drones could then eventually die off as well without a constant food source, which none of the murder drones seem to get. But Uzi kind of recognized that, and she kind of pushed N into realizing the truth. And again, there was a big battle between Uzi N and J and V. J did not really survive, from what I remember. V technically did, she was just kind of decommissioned a little, so that's why she's still alive here, albeit there's something not right up in here. And what was that dream sequence at the very beginning? It was definitely an end dream sequence, but I don't know what it was supposed to signify exactly. I'd have to rewatch it again, but that was just like a short, like 30 seconds or something like that. There's still a good 16 to 17 minutes more of this, so I probably shouldn't delve too much into it, but I might look at it again at a later time.
The one where you're kind so conveniently innocent.
I love
Jade
that.
was getting orders from someone. If not the company through that relay, then, who? And how?
Quit complicating my murder plan.
He was trying. What's V getting all upset for? Oh, I completely forgot as well. At the very end, too, when Uzi announced that she was she wanted to essentially end humanity, there was a strange glitch that occurred in her eyes. And I'm not really sure why. I mean, I have my theories, but I feel like there are two main theories. Like two theories of my own. Not necessarily theories that I looked up. But one of the possible theories could be that somehow when J was destroyed, her system got corrupted as a result. Or the other more likely theory is that simply because of a change in her programming and her attitude, it started to cause glitches in her own system. She started to develop a mindset that wasn't typical of a worker drone. I mean, her personality was already a little bit atypical of most worker drones, but she was starting to delve closer into like a murder drone-esque personality. Crazy AI sentience, but not that necessarily matters. Well, I mean, it could matter in this particular series, but it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, just fix her up, cause, whoops, pretty big security risk in hindsight. You got this, ladder bot 5,000?
Please, just leave the lights.
Didn't think we'd see the worker drones again. Huh. Well. That ladder's not gonna do you anything. That ladder's still not gonna do you anything. What's going on? Jay's not still somehow alive, is she? Oh my goodness, she might be. Whoa. What the heck? Oh, shnikes. That wasn't Jay, was it?
Mr. Doorman, your daughter has been, absent.
Yes. On that kill all humans kick, like when I was younger. Grounded herself and all that.
Speaking on her behavior...
Of course. Precocious, popular, supernatural understanding of doors. Takes after her old man.
Uzi, please sit normal.
Bite me!
Uzi, give Brayden back his sentience.
Bite me! Her. I started it, and also I'm done.
Uzi, you have to partner up.
Several people wanted to, for the record.
No, he didn't. You freak us out.
But mostly bite me!
Yeah, she has trouble fitting in. We think there might be something damaged with her programming. How is she at home?
Sorry? I mean, she's a little herself, but damaged? I maybe haven't spent much
After
time
we
with-
saw that glitch, that's an...
Mr. Doorman, sir, there's been an incident.
I suppose that could also entirely be possible that she was... that something about her was damaged from the get-go when she was created. Huh. I didn't think about that.
I'm sweaty! Who programmed that?
You good, Uzi?
I'm good. Better than good. I am God! Hi, Dad. Thank you.
Of course, the M&Ms. You saved my life. I don't think the
Oh yeah,
colony's
that's right.
serious
That kid. I
about
thought he
all
looked
this
familiar.
banishment Stuff. More just confused, especially with
The fact I'm too rogue to re-enter society now? I can never return.
the recent disappearances and your murder friend's corpse. When I went to grab your gun, it kind of looked like it crawled away.
We can return a little.
I honestly did not think that we would be seeing the Worker Jones place again.
Yo, ladder about 5,000? We looked everywhere for you.
Hello, Tim. Care to join me?
Join you standing eerily still over there in suspiciously low resolution?
Yes? Alright.
Oh my gosh, I think Jay might, in her own disturbing way, might still be alive.
Character acting, me.
Improv game for more practice?
We are a monster.
Okay, yeah, Jay might still kind of, sort of, ish be alive. Oh dear.
Welcome back, Thad. Wait, isn't she grounded or something?
Ugh, banished! Has my dad been saying I'm grounded?
Genocide robot?
Did he make a draw? Oh, did he make a draw? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, all right.
Of
Don't
course.
do it again. Get in here, you goobs.
Oh my gosh. N is freaking great. Wow.
Yeah, where's Con? Because this looks not ideal.
parent-teacher
think?
conference? Something about his daughter being more important than building a door in this hallway. Ugh, kinda cringe.
Ew, yeah, ugh. Oh, give me a minute. Yeah, okay.
Almost threw up.
You good?
I'm good. Stop asking.
He is asking because he's concerned.
Any forensic things over there? Do we have fingerprints?
Oh. You're robots. You don't have any fingerprints. This is getting creepier by the second.
I mean, you don't think it's my parenting, do you? I left her for dead once. It sounds like she's bored in your class, and the other kids.
He's playing
Call her Dems
solitaire.
again, and I will install a door on your face.
Where are your folks?
Мертвые. Я смотрела, как они умирали.
That was the joke, idiot? That girl is gorgeous, right? I'm gonna let her in.
Okay, things are going all kinds of back and forth. What the heck?
You guys do that often?
No, I'm very concerned, but also pretty frightened a little bit.
Hey,
Of course you are.
What's this thing?
Hey, isn't that your special eye?
Don't call it that! Absolute Solver? Reboot? Does this have something to do with how you grew your head back?
I actively avoid unpacking how that works.
New material can't be pulled from thin air. If the wound is severe enough, this Solver might be some sort of auto-run program to collect more matter.
Oh. That is something I didn't think about, was how N was able to... Oh dear. Was how N was able to regenerate his own head. Way back in the pilot, when Uzi first blasted it off. No, no! Please, please, please save him! Whoa! Who threw the shuriken with the anti-stormtrooper? Oh my gosh, Ed.
Freaking ninja star?
No, 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 please save him! Come on! Oh no, I like him.
Stop asking! Chainsaw hand time?
Yeah, cool.
He was... Okay, that time was a legitimate time to ask, though. Oh, hi, skeleton.
Yes, and hello, it's me, Tad. Can I get a location? I heard dentist office. I'm Thad at the dentist office. Come over here for your teeth.
Predictably terrible work, Jay. Why do you look
Woo!
so...
Great! You look great, Jay.
No, no, wait, guys, it's really me. Is that a
Ninja Star.
Oh! Oh no!
Lifesavers again. Thanks. Super invited to my shindig next weekend.
Oh,
Cool
no.
kids only.
Oh, oh, okay, good. They managed to save him.
We're busy and anyway, so whatever. So lame.
What's with the voice, Jay?
Oh,
It is
Jay's not
Jay.
Here. We are trying to repair that host as per our directive.
So you are a program?
More like you are our cute puppets. It hurts our feelings you don't remember us.
And what's with the mom hologram?
Easier to assimilate than explain.
Not happening.
Fair, but poor choice. Now we will have to do something shocking.
Whoa! Hey!
Goodbye, Dad.
Oh my god, this went from 0 to 100.
Uzi, shoot! Or give it to me!
Claw swipe. Snarl.
Uzi, you good?
No!
Pranked.
Oh! Oh no! Oh snap, I actually thought that was end. Fudge!
It's not fun.
Oh my god!
Into my mouth now.
Chainsaws! Yes!
Ow. And please don't. And also, I was using those.
Oh my word! Okay. There was a lot that just happened there. Holy crap. Okay, first off, Thad, whatever his name was, I'm glad that he's okay. He's a real one. I'm glad that he is alive, because, you know, I think Uzi and En went through a lot of effort to, you know, protect him and keep him safe and stuff. If there's gonna be this consistent thing where they have to constantly save him, I don't really care. He's a cool dude. But oh my gosh, it was Jay. These events that happened made me consider how the heck En was able to essentially grow back an entirely new head after Uzi blasted it off in the pilot. Because I'm pretty sure he lost his head, but I think the rest of his body was fine initially. But he lost his head and it basically regrew, which kind of brings up the point, how in the heck does that actually get remade, reformed? However you want to put it. Because, yeah, you can't just simply create matter out of nothing. It's a freaking Fullmetal Alchemist alchemy rule. You cannot create something out of nothing. So, how are they able to completely reform entire parts of their bodies? And I suppose the real question is, because I think En was able to do that in the span of a few seconds without too much issue. But why is it different in Jay's case? Because almost the exact same thing happened to her as it did to En. So, why is her system having to jump through so many hoops in this crazy, grotesque form, unlike En, who is just able to... And when Jay initially tricked Uzi into thinking that En was by her side, I fell for that completely. That looked like En. And the way he was acting and the weapon or grenade that went off beforehand, I honestly thought it was En. But it wasn't. But then En actually came in and started chainsawing up the whole place, and he asked Uzi if she was okay. No, that was a hologram that asked that. But either way, whether that was the real En who asked that or not, she finally gave an answer as to whether or not she was okay, and she wasn't. Also, one more point that I wanted to make was the revelation of Uzi's mother. She was never brought up in the pilot episode, if I'm remembering correctly. Why does she suddenly have importance here? And, I mean, that's the bigger question I have. The smaller question is what relevance she has to Uzi, but I think the bigger question is what relevance does she suddenly have to the story? Because there was mention of her earlier in the episode, and then there was the physical representation of her. It makes me wonder how Jay knew about that. Lots of questions here. I highly doubt that many, if any, are going to get answered by the end of this. But wow, there's so many more new questions now to ask. And protecting Uzi! I love it! I love it. Whoa.
Which parts of that were real?
What is that little floating
Sneaky,
black?
Sneaky. Sneaky away. Get snuck upon. Ow.
Mm.
Ow. 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 Ow.
What the heck? What is that?
What are you things?
En knows something, or he doesn't know.
See? What are you doing? Huh?
Oh my gosh. After what happened at the end of the pilot, man, that's almost heartbreaking. That's almost heartbreaking to see that she suddenly goes back to her father and is like, "No, Dad, please." That was not expected. Uh-oh.
Gorgeous, right? I'm gonna let her in.
Whoa.
Jesus, sorry, industrial strength ghost or whatever. Settle.
Who are you?
I hate your personality normally, but this is somehow worse. What am I being punished for?
Is V trying to trick N, or does she enjoy being there? Whoa, what the heck? I have so many questions. I have all the questions. Huh. Okay, the first thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around is that, because N and Uzi have been, I wouldn't say a solid team, but they've been a certainly functional pair for most of this. But as soon as Jay starts doing weird stuff in her grotesque form and starts showing all the holograms and stuff, it was when Uzi asked N, "What are you?" As in, what are the murder drones exactly? The fact that not only did N not respond, but he ran away is really telling. I am willing to bet that either A, he's scared about something, possibly because he doesn't know what's going on exactly, or B, more likely, because he knows things that Uzi doesn't, and he doesn't want to share them with her, because there could be a number of reasons. But yeah, and the strange girl who was, I want to say, speaking in a Russian accent earlier, who stopped the door. In the moment, I was almost thinking that maybe, like, you know, Jay had managed to corrupt the little insect and now it had corrupted this strange girl. But the fact that she was essentially trying to stop one of the other kids from going outside and meeting the hologram, there's more to her than meets the eye. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. She's definitely an odd character. I almost wonder if maybe she's like Uzi's mom reprogrammed? That's a stretch though. That's an absolute stretch. Cause we technically did see a hologram of Uzi's mother, as confirmed by Uzi herself at least, and the only thing that's similar is the hair color, but the hairstyle and everything else is not super similar, so that could be a huge stretch. But this girl has a lot more importance. Miss Russian, I'm just gonna call her that for now, because I don't know her name. All I know is that she's only spoken so far in a Russian accent, but she, after the little insect creature exploded, she did have an interest in its oil. I'm not sure if it was maybe the little insect was an extension of herself that she just wanted to get rid of. Maybe it was an extension of Jay that she just, you know, wanted to get rid of. Or I don't exactly know what the connection is there, what the story is. I don't exactly know. But she's definitely important to the story, and I'm not sure how, but she could be on the side of the worker drones. It's one of two things, I feel like. She's on the side of the worker drones, or she wants to keep the worker drones alive for a while and she's closer to the side of the murder drones. I'm not sure which yet, because we have such limited information about her. She said something in Russian earlier, and I don't know what it translated to. There were subtitles on the screen, but I have no idea what they translated to in English. But yeah, and the fact that V has been unchained the entire time, she's either like super complacent, despite what her attitude suggests, or she's got a plan in the works to, you know, exact her revenge and escape or something like that, or she just flat out enjoys N's company. Maybe Uzi's too, maybe a little bit less so. But, because N, in the pilot, N did admit to liking V a lot, despite her psychotic craziness. So it makes me, everybody has so many different angles here. And then of course, like I said about Uzi, with what happened with her father, at the very end of the pilot episode, really. Well, not the very end, but close to the end of the pilot episode, her interaction with her father suggested that she was leaving for good, and she was furious, essentially, that he didn't believe in her or trust in her at all. Which, understandable. But then, as soon as something crazy like this happens, like what happened with Jay, and N suddenly leaves and abandons her, she's like, I need my dad, I don't know what to do. Which is a little bit realistic, because when kids and teenagers, a lot of them will think that they know things, they think that their parents won't understand, and I will say, to an extent, that is true. But only a small portion. For the most part, parents and adults often understand a lot more than kids do. And granted, everybody has different and unique personalities. That is obviously true with Uzi and her dad. But parents don't always know things, but there are many that will still show a lot of support and understanding for their kids, even when their kids are in phases or in mindsets where, oh, mom and dad don't understand anything that I'm going through right now, and blah 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 blah. I speak from personal experience. There are plenty of times where I thought my parents wouldn't understand. And I will say right now, my parents still do not fully understand me as well as they think they might. My sister does. My sister is probably the only person who almost exactly 100% of the time understands me perfectly and completely. My parents a little bit less so. That said, my parents have been my world for pretty much my entire life. They've been leading me and guiding me, even if I disagreed with them or even if I thought that they didn't understand. And I would still always go to them for advice and guidance and love when I needed it the most. They would accept that because, you know, they're my parents. And there are certainly some families that don't always work that way, but generally speaking, in that kind of, I guess you could say, normal family is the best way that I can explain it. That's how that works. And that's exactly what happened here. Uzi was definitely in a bit of a rebellious phase. She still kind of is, but she just saw something traumatic, and she saw something that she doesn't understand, and somebody she thought was her friend is clearly hiding something from her. She's scared by what her friend is, and there's nobody else that she can turn to except for her dad. Even despite what happened in the pilot episode. Despite all of that. And he's the one that he's the one that she has to go to. He's the one that she needs right now, probably. And, you know, he didn't say anything. He was surprised by it. I mean, I certainly was too for a hot second. Even though, knowing what I know, I should have seen it coming, but at the same point, it was kind of hard to tell. You never know what some of these shows and mediums are going to do. But it surprised him when she went for him to, you know, for some kind of comfort and sanctuary. Mental sanctuary, that is. And he was surprised at first, but he eventually, you know, hugged her, and he started taking charge. He's like, everybody else, do your thing. I have my daughter to look after. That is what that look said. He didn't have to say a thing for me to know exactly what he was thinking. Because that's how the mind of a parent works. Even if you do have arguments with your kids, even if you don't fully understand them, despite everything that will happen between parents and children, that look that he gave said it all. That is how incredible that some of this animation and some of these expressions can be. I mean, with just the eyes alone, there is so much conveyed. There's so much emotion conveyed in every single one of these characters. I was especially noticing that between with Uzi, with her dad, with N, and even V to an extent as well. Like she was still displaying her own emotion throughout the entirety of the episode. I mean, mostly in the beginning of the end, because that's where she was actually present. She wasn't really present much in the middle, but V was still showing her own emotion. That kind of makes me question her character. All of these characters in general, really. There are some characters that still have some agenda or some knowledge that the audience doesn't know. And that's what makes this interesting. That's what keeps the mystery going. That's what makes this so intriguing to watch. Is there's still a lot of unknown factors here. Because yes, we do know a little bit more, but like I've been talking about for the last few minutes, there's so many more questions now. You know, what's going on with the girl? What's going on with Uzi and her mother? What is N trying to hide or not telling Uzi? Like, what? I mean, kind of like Uzi. Uzi has the main question figured out. What are the Murder Jones really? N was able to reform himself with ease, but Jay wasn't. Why was that? Why is it different? What are the variables that cause this series of events to play out the way that they did? Because given how much was put into the pilot, and given the fact that they're already not one but 2 more episodes out, there's more to it. I feel like a lot of the story was well thought out before the pilot was finished. I don't think that there's anything that's going to be retcon necessarily, but I have a feeling that there were a lot of elements that were planned out and were animated in, and man, there's so many questions. So many questions. I don't even know where to start. I know where to start. I already talked about all the questions. I suppose it's just a matter of what now. There's a good chance that the reaction to the 3rd episode will be coming, so I guess you guys have that to look forward to. Man, still a lot of we had a couple things answered, but most of it is still unanswered, I feel like, and now there are more questions. Wow. I need to go over that initial dream sequence again, because maybe that'll, I don't know, maybe if I look at the dream sequence again, it'll clear it up. Or maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just spitballing.